Recording is rolling. It is Thursday, February 15th. Today's going to be day one of a 2-day Sieve project. Before you guys leave class today, I'll get you guys your thermodynamics and materials quiz. Let's have that due on Tuesday the 20th, so you guys have a few days to do that. You guys know you're not going to show up to school on Monday, right? So no school Monday for you guys. Okay? And I have gotten back to your folders, all your quizzes so far. All right, so here's what we're doing. Oh, ooh, guys, look at this treasure. Ooh, sandy treasure. Guys, see the sandy treasure. Hey, how can you separate? How can you separate the treasure from the sand? Ah, with a sieve. All right, good call. All right, we're gonna build. Here's this model right here. Here's what we're building, and I can tell you guys that it works because I've been doing this project every year for a few years, and the school sum it up. Let's look. We'll do a little big deconstruction. I see the shell on the outside. Now this box shell we're gonna build today. What about these sieve layers? So if I pull this apart, right? Ooh, do you guys see how this has like pretty big holes in it? Right. Now if I pour this sandy treasure through this layer, do you guys think it might hold the big treasure, but all the medium-sized treasure, small treasure, and the sand is all going to filter through? You guys think? Right. Down to the next layer. Now I've got a couple of cylinder spacers. Oh, by the way, I'm presented to two different cameras. So you guys in class is up here. If you're watching a video, it's here. So I'm trying to use this confined space. Right. So I got these cylindrical spacers right here. Right. So take those out, and oh, look at the next layer down. Hey, do you guys see slightly smaller holes? You guys see slightly smaller holes? Right. Now that would probably hold the medium-sized treasure, but maybe a little tiny treasure and the sand would still go through it, right? So I've got a few different layers. I'm gonna have you guys build a 3-layer sieve, right? So you guys got the premise of what we're doing? Right? It's gonna take us a couple of days, and tomorrow I'll give everybody a cup of sandy treasure, and you'll be able to sieve your treasure. Right, so let me tie this back to an engineering example. What I'm about to show you guys, I did show you guys the other day, but just to remind you guys, right? Suppose you want to make a concrete structure, build something concrete. Guys, everybody look here, remind you guys. Right, so here's a different ratios of different ingredients to make different strength concrete. So the basic ingredients for concrete are some kind of aggregate, maybe it's like rocks and sand. Ideally, you want different size aggregate. I'm about to talk about Portland cement and water. Right? And there's maybe a little bit other admixtures too, but those are your main ingredients. Right? Right. Now, what if you want to like maximize the strength of your concrete? Right. So you're building a tall skyscraper. You definitely want the first few floors to have really strong concrete. Right. Well, one of the aspects, besides the ratios of ingredients, I flip over here, is going to be your aggregate size. So what do you want to do with your aggregate size? Let's say like rocks, for example. If you put rocks as part of your concrete mixture, that's going to be the strongest part of your concrete. Suppose you have all rocks and Portland cement and water, right? That might look like this middle picture right here. You guys see the one that says, ooh, poorly graded. Ooh, that has a negative connotation. I might even call it uniformly graded, right? Like uniform as in uniform size. It's all the same rock. So here's your big rocks. Now the rocks, again, really strong part of your concrete, but all in the middle and all these gaps is your Portland cement and water, right? Which is going to solidify, but that's going to be the relatively weaker part. So it's subject, your concrete is subject to crack along those lines, right? Well, what if you could like fill these gaps with, say, like medium-sized rocks, like pebbles? Okay, so that's a little bit better, a little bit stronger. But now there's gaps between the pebbles. Hey, how about sand? Ooh, you feel that? All right, so now you guys see you want like different size aggregate, right, to maximize the strength of your concrete. Well, how do you know if the aggregate that you're pouring into your concrete mix has this distribution of different sizes? So now I got the stack of sieves. The top layer sieve is going to have this wire mesh with large holes. It'll capture only the large size aggregate, and everything else goes through, right? And so on all the way down. So when you shake this out, right, if you have a little bit of aggregate catches in each one of these sieve bins, then you have well-graded aggregate, and that's good. Right, but what if you have something like this? What if you have like pretty large rocks, and then nothing, and then a bunch of little like sand and silt at the bottom? Ooh, that would be called gap graded. Because there would be a gap, right? But you could fix that by taking like sand and pebbles and fill in those middle sizes. Okay, so you get that too. All right, so there you go. There's an engineering connection to what we're doing here. But of course, we're sieving for treasure. Treasure is what we want. All right. So you guys got 4 pages of cardstock. You guys got 4 pages of cardstock. Right. So these 4 pages we're going to use today, and then So today we're going to build the shell and those cylindrical spacers, right? That's our goal today. Build the shell and the cylindrical spacers, right? And then tomorrow, we'll build those layers, and yeah, then I'll give you guys a couple of sandy treasure. All right, so 3 of these pages of cardstock, fold hamburger fold, right, for 3 of them. Hamburger. 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 There's 3 hamburger folds. Right, you guys got 3 hamburger folds. And the 4th page of cardstock, fold a hot dog fold. 3 hamburgers and 1 hot dog. Guys, so I got 3 hamburgers and 1 hot dog. Got 3 hamburger folds, 1 hot dog fold. Right, along each of those creases I just made, I'm going to fold it back and forth and tear it apart. Now you guys do have scissors on your desk too, so if you want to cut along those creases you just made, you can do that. I know this card tears pretty well, so I'm going to go ahead and tear mine. So up to you whether you want to tear it like I'm doing it, or if you want to use the scissors and cut it. It's up to you. Oh yeah.
For all of them,
Yes. Yeah. So every single one of those creases, I'm gonna either tear or cut it along that line. Okay, so there's some half pages.
Where is it?
All right. So here I have 2 long rectangles, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these type half pages. There you go. You guys meant catch up there. All right, and we're back recording with Zoom. All right, so yeah, here's the model. Right. So the next thing I'm gonna do, we're gonna start building the shell on the outside. Right. So the way I'm gonna have you guys put this together, along with me, is gonna be we're gonna do the 2 opposite sides in the base. Right, it's like one long strip. And I'm gonna wrap that up like this. Right. Then we're gonna make a back and a front panel and glue that together like that. Okay. Right. So that's what we're gonna do. Right, so take 3 of your hamburger halves. You guys got 3 hamburger halves? 3 hamburger halves, right? And lay them lengthwise. Maybe something about like this, right? So they're all like lengthwise, right? Oh, and you guys do have rulers on your desk or some kind of straight edge, right? Make sure that it's all going to be straight. It's all going to be straight. Okay. Okay. Kind of like that. Right. Now, okay, so I haven't put it on any glue yet because I'm gonna get a little bit more exact before I do that. Right. Can you guys take one of your hot dog halves? I'm gonna use this exact width right here as a spacer. It should be 10.8 centimeters wide. Let me check and make sure that's the case. Yep, it's 10.8 centimeters wide. You guys see 10.8 centimeters? Right. So I'm gonna lay that right in the middle of this middle hot dog panel. Right, like right about there. Okay. If it's off, plus or minus a centimeters to the left or the right, that's right. It's approximately in the middle. Guess it's approximately in the middle. Okay. Right. So I'm going to use this as a spacer. I'm going to put this left hamburger half flush with the left side, and the right hamburger half flush with the right side. So it's going to go right there. Is that right? If you want to measure that exactly and put down marks on the paper, you can do that too. But that's exactly where I'm going to glue those. And I'm also going to put my straight edge or my ruler flush to the top, just make sure everything's lined up. Okay. All right. So this all together. I'm going to pull this apart and re-explain what I just said as I'm gluing it together. All right. So I got this hamburger half down landscape here. I put this hot dog half on top of that. So it's got these margins on the left and the right. Now those left and right margins, if you want to measure and draw some lines, you could do that. It might not be a bad idea. Okay. I'm going to throw some glue there and throw some glue there. Okay. Glue. Right. Okay. Then take these other hamburger halves. All right. Put this one right there. Bam. Put this one right here. You do it. Right here. Bam. Okay. All right. I want to make sure that each of those are flush with this hot dog half in the middle. Okay. And that my straight edge, my ruler, goes right across the top of all this. It's pretty straight. Yeah, that's. Right. And that, yeah, it's all straight. It's all straight. Straight.
Just the concept of this. Oh, we also learned about artificial.
All right. Right now I can take this hot dog half out because you guys did not glue the hot dog half, right? Right. The hot dog half, I just use that as a spacer, right? So that between this edge and this edge, there should be 10.8 centimeters. See that there should be 10.8 centimeters. Oh yeah, 10.8 centimeters. It's got a 10.8 centimeter gap from here to here. Okay. It's all lined up in a straight line. 10.8 centimeters. It's got. Oh, yes. All right. So now I'm going to put my ruler, my straight edge, right flush to each one of those lines and fold up from there. And so I'm going to fold this over. This is going to be like the left wall of that outside shell of the sieve. Over there. And then same thing on the other side. Right, I'll hold my ruler flush to this right here and fold this over. All right. Okay, so that's I got a left wall, a right wall, and a base. Right now, okay. Next thing I'm gonna do is just something kind of stylistic. Do you guys see on the outside? I've got like this margin that goes over. Right. Maybe I want that to actually be on the inside, not the outside. So I'm going to flip this whole thing upside down. Again, this is just a stylistic step. If you want to, you can. If you don't, it's not going to change anything, right? Structurally. Right? And I'm going to backfold this the other way, okay? Just so that this extra margin that's glued shows up on the inside. That way, the outside shell it'll look a little bit prettier, right? Just look like a solid sheet all the way down. Boom, like that. right? All right, you guys got that? Right. So this is okay. Okay. Let me see what you got. All right, and we are back recording. All right, so I need a back panel and a front panel. Right? So we're gonna use another couple of hamburger halves. Right, you guys got. Right? Let's make these one at a time. Right now, way I'm gonna do this. Right, you guys got have a hamburger half here. Right, we're gonna do two of these that are gonna be identical. I need a margin going around three sides that's 1.6 centimeters wide. You guys got ruler. I'm gonna count 1.6 centimeters. So 1.6 centimeters. Bam. 1.6 centimeters. Bam. By the way, this whole paper, as long as it's oriented portrait like I have, is 14 centimeters wide. Right? If you subtract, here, let me show you guys this true. 14 centimeters minus this margin on the left, 1.6 centimeters minus this margin on the right, 1.6 centimeters. Hey, gives you 10.8 centimeters. Ooh, does that look like a familiar number? Oh yeah. So go down here, 1.6 centimeters, bam. 1.6 centimeters, bam. Okay. Align these two dots, zip. Align these two dots, zip. Okay. So 1 point, so that is a 1.6 centimeter margin, right? 1.6 centimeter margin. Okay. And then same thing on the bottom. Right? 1.6 centimeters. Bam. 1.6 centimeters. Bam. Connect these two dots. Zip. Okay. Right, now on three sides, I have a 1.6 centimeter margin runs around three sides. Okay. And then here, I'll throw an extra detail on here. Okay. So if you got everything right, then this distance from here to here should be 10.8 centimeters, right? And then from corner to corner of the whole paper is 14.0 centimeters. Okay. All right, so if you want to measure, go along, make sure you're getting exactly what I'm getting, then you should be getting those numbers. Okay. Everybody got that? Right. Here, I'm gonna do the next hamburger half exactly like I did that one. Right. So if you see that again, then there you go. Right, so I'm gonna count from the left 1.6 centimeters, bam. From the right, 1.6 centimeters, bam. Right, go down here, same measurements. 1.6 centimeters, bam. 1.6 centimeters, bam. And then across the bottom, I'm gonna need 1.6 centimeters, bam. 1.6 centimeters, bam. Okay. And then make that margin all the way around those three sides. Zip. 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 Okay. Right. Now, each of those lines I just drew, I'm going to fold along each of those lines. And a good way to do that is to throw down your ruler or your straight edge, put it right on top of each one of those lines, okay? And fold along that. Fold. Okay. I do that for all three of those that I stood on this one. Fold. Fold. Ooh, does this kind of remind you of the box boat yesterday? This kind of feels like we're almost making one of those box boats from yesterday. Now yesterday, what you guys could do is you could, since you had aluminum, you could just kind of crimp the corners and squash them around, and that worked that way. Right. Now this is cardstock, so I want to do a different technique. What I want to do is I'm gonna make a couple of small incisions because we're taking this flat paper and going 3D with it, right? So I'm gonna make a couple of small incisions. You guys ready for these? Right here. And right here. Yeah. So that, you guys see now I can, look at that. Wrap around, and I'm gonna throw a dab of glue on each of these. It'll make a little box. Okay, so a box, right? It's like a box that's missing one side. It's like a three-sided box. A little flat box. Is that right? All right, here, I'll do the same thing. Well, here, I'm gonna throw a little dab of glue. How about that? A little dab of glue on this one. A little dab of glue. Then, oh. Okay. Then press and hold this. All right. Got one of these. Right. That's going to be either the back panel or the front panel, one or the other. Right. Right. Now put that to the side and do the same thing exactly on this one. So straight edge, right side, fold, left side, flush right to that line, fold, along the bottom, fold. Right, so now I folded three sides. I'm running the same situation before. Get kind of bunch up the corner. So it is time for scissors. Throw dab of glue. That. All right, and then just press and hold that for, gonna estimate about 20 seconds. Should hold about that time. All right, let me hit pause on this video and walk around and check on you guys here. All right, back here, it looks like you guys are doing real good. Right. So here's what I got so far. I got this long strip that is 14 centimeters wide and just really long. Right, and I got these, okay, and that's gonna fold up like this, of course, right? So it's gonna give me the base and the left and right panels. And you guys just folded these kind of box-looking shapes. It's gonna be the front and the back panels. This is gonna fit right here. Look at that, look at that. Bam, you guys see that's gonna be a perfect fit right there, you guys see? Ooh, yeah. Like Cinderella's slipper. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that. Right. So this one just needs some glue. So this three-sided type box you guys just made, I'm gonna glue on those three sides on the outside. So here's glue on three sides right there. Okay. Glue that right here. Press and hold that for a little bit. Okay, pretty good right there. Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Then maybe I'll turn this whole thing. Right. Glue down the left side. Flip the whole thing over and try it on this side. Glue down on this side.
Yeah, no, I said I also don't. Yeah.
Go in there, bro.
Did I have
You put an RP.
They're not gonna.
Yeah, still feeds, bro. They're probably still.
Oh yeah, look at this box coming together. Yeah, yeah, look at that. Okay. And then the front panel, that's gonna fit. Bam, right there. Oh yeah. Cinderella's other slipper. Yeah. So glue on 3 sides of this one. This fits in right here. Bam. I have to reach down inside this box and press this down. I have to do it this way.
You did that strong.
Bro, still.
It's what we got on
Bro, I look kind of good. Okay. Got it. I just gotta go on my shoe.
Oh, you know that one.
See, like, look at
Oh,
that.
that's so
I mean, I didn't find you.
He just coming out. He just coming out of your face. But this is a. Definitely gotta do that.
I'm making your mom.
Ah, there we go. There's the outside shell right there. Outside shell. All right. Here, gonna hit a pause point, walk around, check on you guys here. All right, record and resume. All right, so yeah, we got the outside shell. Oh, some of you guys are exactly up to where I am. Some of you guys are getting real close. Right. There's just one more thing I'm gonna do today, which is roll 6 cylinders, right? And then we'll save the sieve layers for tomorrow. Right, so I'm just gonna spend the rest of the class rolling these 6 cylinders. Right? Now you should have left over your 2 hot dog halves, which we use for spacers, but otherwise haven't really touched yet, and 1 hamburger half. I'm gonna fold each of these in half to get quarter pages, identical quarter pages. So when you get the quarter pages, you'll have 6 quarter pages out of this, right? And they'll all be identical. So like if you shuffle them, you won't even know which one was part of the hamburger half, which one came from the hot dog half. Okay. So there's, bam, there's 1, 2 quarter pages right there. Okay. And I'll take my hot dog halves and same thing. Okay. So we're shooting for 6 cylinders. Right. Now, why is that? I'm thinking ahead to tomorrow. If you have 6 cylinders by the end of today, then tomorrow, when you create the sieve layers, you can create 3 sieve layers. And each sieve layer is going to be propped up by 2 cylinders. Oh, that's why we need to create these 6 cylinders right now. 3 times 2 is 6. And so I'm getting these quarter pages. Yeah, oh yeah, if you guys want to cut these with the scissors, that's okay too. I'm just doing my fold and tear technique. But bam. All right, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 quarter pages. 6 quarter pages. Okay, you guys got 6 quarter pages. Okay. So these 6 quarter pages, each one of them, we're going to roll into a cylinder. Now, I guess there's kind of 2 ways you could do it, right? You could roll this way, or you could roll this way, and it'll create different length cylinders. Now, I want my cylinders to be 10.8 centimeters long. So I'm going to roll it along this axis, like this. Right here, I'll roll one, and then I'll label it for you guys. Right. So if I roll it like this, right, this is going to come out to be. I'll leave it on here. Okay. I'll look before I do that. Might make it easier. So this length equals 10.8 centimeters. Okay. Right. So if you roll this the correct way, okay, I'll go and glue it together, and then what you guys see. Another detail you might want to say, okay, well, like how tightly rolled, like what should the diameter of this be? Now my orange model has about 2.5 centimeter diameter. It doesn't have to be exact, but that's kind of what you're shooting for, somewhere there. Right? Maybe somewhere between what was it? Maybe like the size of a quarter approximately could be the cross-sectional area pretty close to. That what you're looking for. Maybe a little smaller than that somewhere. Yeah, about 2 or 2.5 centimeter. Let me see if I do have what kind of corns do I have? Oh, I do have a quarter. I have a quarter. Let me use that as a little thumb right here. What is a quarter? Yeah, a quarter is right about the size we're looking for. So a quarter is just a shade less than 2.5 centimeters diameter. Okay, that's about what I'm shooting for. Okay. So roll that, press and hold. Yeah, it looks about the size I'm looking for. So I've got a cylinder that's 10.8 centimeter long. Okay. I'm doing all 6 of these just like that.
You haven't heard on this one, and we will get up to video. Sorry.
All right, so I'm on a little trouble gluing. Right. So if you get a pretty good curl on the cylinder, then there'll be less force trying to pull the glue apart. It's one trick. Another trick is you could put a weight on it. So you guys have calculators and glue bottles, right? If you want to like put something like some weight on top of it, that can help hold it. Glue. Right. I could kind of over curl it, so it's a little bit too tight, and then pull it back, and then that'll maybe give a little bit less resistance.
Well, not usually gonna be able to.
I tried. Hey, Mr. Green.
Yeah.
Make the 6 quarter pages with the 4 pages.
Okay, so fold each of them in half just different ways. Right, so the hot dog halves, each of the hot dog halves has 2 quarter pages in it, and the hamburger half also has 2 quarter pages in it. Okay, just gotta fold it in half. And they're all identical quarter pages. Fine, just fold like that. Bam, couple quarter pages. That's fine. Just fold like that. Bam, couple quarter pages. I got it. Make sure your name is on your materials. Kind of label this one. Period 7. Okay, and tomorrow we will continue this adventure. Right. So, finish trying this one. Okay. Throw all your cylinders inside your shell. Tomorrow we'll make the sieve layers. I'll give you guys a bucket of treasure. Right. And so put all your materials somewhere back on the lab table. It's got that right there. Right. And one more thing before you guys walk out the door, I'll get you guys your thermal and materials quiz, which is going to be due on Tuesday. So I'm about to give that to you guys right now. But for the recording, that will conclude the recording.